Should strippers have the right to vote? Was that an understandable hell no? Well, in this episode, we will discuss the righteous fury behind the stripper suffragettes at the Dolphin Gentlemen's Club, our next stop in my Stripperific life series here on The Outlaw Feminist. Don't wander away, it's gonna get weird.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that.
What's up, y'all, and welcome to The Outlaw Feminist. My name is Blue, and this is where I tell all my business. The Outlaw Feminist seems to be a fairly unique channel in that I tell my own stories. The purpose of this autobiographical channel is to provide the American public with my resume. So when it comes time to discuss important subjects, my opinions and points of view are qualified and based in experience and not just in theory. See, I have been involved in some practical application of some really dangerous theories, like sex work is real work and whatever this modern feminism thing is now. Those of us with practical experience must help put an end to stupid and dangerous unchecked theories. And that's why I'm here, providing my expertise so I can run my cocksucker about stuff later. Okay, so let's rip into this 5th episode of my Stripperific life, Stripper Suffragettes. Please like and subscribe to this channel because I don't want y'all to miss any of my stripperific girl noises. So as you all may or may not remember, my last Bend Over for a Dollar club was Wildcats on the west side of Portland. If you missed it or need a refresher, you can watch it here at Soup of the Day. The west side of Portland was fun, but there's a sterile feel to it, so I just took my happy ass back across the Willamette River to the east side of Portland and just 20 miles from the end of the Oregon Trail in Milwaukie, Oregon. Welcome to the Dolphin Gentlemen's Club, Sex Trafficking Central. Oh wait, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Dolphin was fancy as fuck for Portland. They had fountains at the front doors, the bouncers wore tuxedos, and even in the beginning there was valet parking. The strippers on average were above average, an upgrade as far as looks and talent goes from what I had been working for in the past. One dancer in particular sticks out in my mind, my buddy Alex, also known as DJ Miss Palmer. DJ Miss Palmer and I shared a hairdresser, Christine, for many years. Check out this talented smoke show. The customers on average were professional men and lots of car salesmen, as Dolphin was located on East Side's Auto Row. And remember, I don't know if I told you guys, but Wildcats was located on West Side's Auto Row. Car salesmen seem to love boobies and buttholes. Dolphin is where I became powerful, though. I still had absolutely no stage or pole moves, and I couldn't hustle my way out of a wet paper bag still. But I had my own shtick, mostly consisting of self-deprecating and emasculating humor, shit talk, and stupid body tricks. I kind of leaned into the ridiculousness of it all. Regardless, my weird-ass hustle worked, and I never even had to do a beanbag dance. Beanbag dances, a disturbing 2.5 minutes of standing and squatting buck naked over a complete stranger who is laying on a beanbag. Since beanbag dances were $30 a song instead of $20 a song, the other strippers pushed their customers and regulars hard to upgrade their face-to-face naked private dance into a 2.5 minute view into a raw birth canal. Yeah, I wasn't going to do any of that. Get the fuck out of here. Regardless of how weird, awkward, and ridiculous these beanbag dances were, that's really about as intimate as customers could pay for and get out of one of us bitches in Portland. And why? This was before the 2 court cases in 2006. And with that said, it's time to let you guys know that I'm going to put more Portland sex trafficking stuff into my content. And I'm going to give you guys a little history lesson of some court cases that changed the lives of Oregon women forever. But I will do it at the end of the video so you guys can listen to the story. And if you're down to listen to drama, you can stick around for that too. For now, let's get into our story, Stripper Suffragettes. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret about us strippers. We are very politically and socially conscious and emotionally active. So there I was in the very clean and spacious dressing room of the Dolphin caking on slutty eyeliner and trying to maintain my sanity while my auditory and olfactory senses were being bombarded by the closing shift. Out of the corner of one blackened eye, I noticed several strippers cycling to and from a clipboard with a sign-up sheet. Each stripper took their turn adding their super loopy signature and then returned to their beauty station with fire in their eyes. The following conversation commenced. I would totally support that law. I deserve the right to vote. We all deserve a right to vote. I hate men. We should have a meeting. I figured it was some sort of employee or customer stripper of the month thing or some in-house policy change. Nope, I was totally wrong. This was real. We should all be able to vote just like men in this country. We are citizens too. And then something about the patriarchy and stripper speak. Naked little Susan B. Anthony stood tall in her lucite stilettos and repeated herself with power in her voice. Women should be able to vote just like men. A thundering fuck yeah reverberated through the thick fog of vanilla and despair. I leaked a confused and guttural ugh and made my way towards the clipboard. I snatched it up and read the heading, Women's Suffrage. With the goddamn clipboard in hand, I stomped out of the dressing room to the club entrance where I found the head of security. His name escapes me now. I just cannot remember it to save my life. But holding up the clipboard, I read that motherfucker the riot act. Leave them bitches alone. You're going to fuck up their money, which will in turn fuck up my money. And I'm not going to tip you guys, will in turn fuck up your money. Dude burst into laughter and took the clipboard out of my hand. Okay, I'll stop. But look, you guys got a bunch of signatures. I rolled my eyes and promptly returned to the dressing room and explained the 19th Amendment to the potential suffragettes. I also told them to make them bouncers apologize for being douchebags before tipping them out that night. Fun fact, in case you guys didn't know anything about the women's suffrage movement, which you should, but public education, and I don't even know what they're teaching kids in school these days. Let me give you some backstory. The women's suffrage movement was a decades-long fight to secure the right for women to vote in the United States. In 1919, Congress passed the 19th Amendment granting women the right to vote. The 19th Amendment reads as follows. The right of a citizen of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of sex. And since the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote for president and everything nationwide, our little obscene suffragettes were about 80 years too late with their signatures and fury. God bless them, though. Also meaning that them bouncers were intentionally stirring up them fucking strippers. Put a pin in this. You will see that bouncer behavior towards strippers will move from sophomoric to dangerous and predatory in these stories. My overall experience at Dolphin was pretty positive, including the bouncers. The money was so good that I was able to purchase a very important weapon that I will tell you all about in episode 6 of my Stripperific life entitled Milwaukee Ballet. Also in the queue, Series 1, My Life with Outlaw Bikers, Episode 10, Till the Wheels Fall Off, where I'll introduce you to the Salem and Reno chapters of the Mongols MC. A new series called My Pronoun Is It, and where I'll discuss the weapons charges that I am facing in the state of Washington. And I don't have a title for that episode yet, but that'll be next. And last but not least, in my Badass Bouncer Chicks series is episode 3, Sinferno. We will talk about Dante's and that unique style that caught on in Portland, hardcore. If you haven't done so yet, please thumbs up me and real quick subscribe to this channel. I don't want you to miss all of my shit talk since I have decided to let Blue off her leash. The dragging skills in this one are strong. And with that, I'm going to wrap up Stripper Suffragettes of my Stripperific life. I hope you guys are enjoying hearing these stories as much as I've enjoyed living them. Let's all agree to be better Americans together, be safe, and baby, be dangerous.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that.
Now let's tear into the unfortunate truth about some of the conditions that have paved the way for deadly state-sanctioned sex trafficking in my hometown of Portland, Oregon. Let's talk about a couple of court cases that were decided by the Oregon Supreme Court in 2006-ish or 2005. Now, this is hardly the beginning of the death spiral happening in Portland, but it's a good place to start as any. Case 1. Defendants operate Miss Sally's Gentlemen's Club in the city of Nyssa. On February 27, 2020, the city cited defendants for allowing dancing within 4 feet of the audience in violation of Nyssa City Code, subsection 5.10.13017 of that code provides. No entertainer is permitted to be unclothed or in less than opaque or complete attire, costuming, clothing, so as to expose to view any portion of pubic region, buttocks, genitals, vulva, anus, except removed at least 4 feet from the nearest patron. Case 2. Defendant operates Angels, a business that offers live sex shows to the public. The state charged him with 2 counts of promoting unlawful sexual conduct in a public show, ORS 167.062, 1 count of promoting prostitution, ORS 167.012, 1 count of compelling prostitution, ORS 167.017, and 2 counts of using a child in display of sexual conduct, ORS 163.670, arising out of the operation of the business. Each Oregon business owner won based on all but the last part of Article 1, Section 8 of the Oregon Constitution, which states, "No law shall be passed restraining the free expression of opinion or restricting the right to speak, write, or print freely on any subject whatsoever. But every person shall be responsible for the abuse of this right." You did notice that it didn't say that they can use other people to express their right to freedom. The business owners won the right to exercise their First Amendment rights through another human being, essentially making that human being their civil right, which speaks to the elimination of responsibility for abuse of this right, as stated in Article 1, Section 8. Fun facts. So that means in Oregon before 2006, strippers could not touch their own, another stripper's, a customer's, or staff member's nipples, crotch, breasts, or buttocks, clothed or unclothed. Strippers could not sit nude on a lap of a customer, staff member, or another stripper. Strippers could not open or closed mouth kiss another stripper, customer, or staff member. Strippers were required to cover their breasts, crotch, and buttocks with opaque covering if not on stage, in the bathroom, private area, or dressing room. Strippers had to stay at least 6 inches away from the customers while performing. Strippers could not penetrate themselves, another stripper, a customer, or staff member with anything including fists, objects, sex toys, fingers, feet, or tongues. Strippers and staff could not penetrate strippers or other strippers or other customers or staff members with anything including fists, sex toys, fingers, feet, penises, or tongues. Strippers were not allowed to expose staff members, customers, and other strippers to their vaginal, salivary, and fecal bodily fluids, including menstrual fluids. Strippers could not expose staff members, customers, and other strippers to sexually transmitted diseases. Strippers could not perform oral sex on customers, staff members, or other strippers. Customers and staff members could not perform oral sex on other staff members, customers, or strippers. Strippers and customers and staff members could not proposition and/or accept solicitation prostitution. Sex traffickers were not allowed in strip clubs. Strippers were not allowed to masturbate themselves, customers, or staff members, or another stripper on the floor during a private dance, on the stage, or anywhere else in the club. Customers and staff members were not allowed to masturbate strippers on stage, on the floor, during a private dance, or anywhere else in the club. Absolutely none of this is accurate today. None of it. But back in the day, Violations for a self-inflicted ass slap resulted in crazy OLCC fines for the club up to $5,000. And the OLCC was known for loving their little witch hunts. Stars Cabaret and Beaverton being one of their favorite targets. But this was way back when the JWs were in charge. That is also no longer the case. Now the Oregon Constitution, and the U.S. Constitution for that matter, require strippers, biological women, to forfeit all consent once it has paid its stage fee and steps onto the strip club property. Did you catch that? I didn't say she. Because once she becomes a sex worker, it constitutionally becomes a First Amendment right of a U.S. citizen buying and selling it. So make sure that everybody understands this. In Portland, and technically every state in the union, strippers and sex workers are considered legal obscenity, a civil right of another U.S. citizen. Gross. After these Oregon court cases set the stage, predatory, rapey business owners and bottom bitches like sex trafficker and predator Johnny Zuckley Diablo and bottom bitch Elle Stanger, both failures in their own state of California, found a way to prey on women, receive tremendous clout, make a tremendous amount of money, and all while promoting illegal and dangerous policies aimed at hurting women and the community. I see this in a lot of people that are brand fucking new to Portland in my state here telling Oregonians how to do shit. And usually it turns out to be a holy disaster. Oregon strippers pay strip clubs to traffic them, and the state of Oregon, primarily the Oregon Department of Revenue and the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission, get a giant cut of this because the Oregon Liquor and Cannabis Commission own the alcohol. I have spoken to multiple administrators at multiple state agencies, and it's just rhetoric. Business owners have the right to run their way any way they want to in Oregon. If you don't like it, you can go to a different club or find a different profession. Really? I'd just like to remind all of you that at least 6 Casa Diablo strippers have died between 2008 and 2020. What business loses 6 contractors? 12 people in total have died associated with Casa Diablo Vegan Strip Club. That's a fantastic mortality rate. I wonder if any other businesses in Oregon have suffered such losses. Not one state agency, including law enforcement, give a shit. Including the FBI too. They don't care either. Not even a little bit. So clearly, regardless of what your pronoun is, human beings don't handle trafficking well, either being trafficked or trafficking adjacent. And I just like to throw a fun fact in here about the ACLU. The uber racist and uber rapey as fuck ACLU take great pride in what happened to women in Oregon. The ACLU is an enemy to women. And I want you all to know that come hell or high water, sex trafficking in Oregon will stop. I'll eventually make enough noise here or mainstream media because I do have a backup plan to this YouTube channel. The OLCC has a lot of windows and this bitch has a rocket for an arm. News at 11.